In 1988, the U.S. Navy destroyed half of Iran's navy in just one day. But that war didn't end in fire. It evolved into silence, shadows, and drones. This is the untold story of a naval conflict, still burning in 2025. It started with a mine. April 14, 1988. The USS Samuel B. Roberts struck an Iranian mine. The explosion tore a hole through the hull. 10 sailors injured. The Navy was furious. What came next was brutal retaliation, the most powerful naval strike since World War II. On April 18, 1988, the U.S. launched Operation Praying Mantis. Oil platforms used by Iran for military attacks were hit first, burning in minutes. Iran responded with patrol boats. U.S. warships countered with missiles. The Iranian frigate Sahand fired a missile. The U.S. responded with 3 harpoons. The Sahand exploded into flames and sank. That was just one of several. By sunset, Iran had lost 5 ships. The world watched, and Iran took notes. Iran knew it couldn't win at sea, so it shifted tactics into the shadows. They began arming proxies, Hezbollah, Houthis, Iraqi militias. These groups would do what Iran couldn't, attack silently, deniably. Iran also turned to cyber warfare. Military networks became battlegrounds. Oil tankers were mysteriously disabled. Ports crashed, hackers left no trace. The battlefield was expanding, from sea to cyberspace. Then came the drones. Iran built a drone army faster and cheaper than the West. The Shad 136, $20K per unit. Deadly, disposable, hard to track. They weren't meant to be efficient. They were meant to swarm and overwhelm. Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Syria, even U.S. bases were hit, one drone at a time. Each attack was small, but each sent a message. Iran's reach was growing. And soon, that reach would aim straight at the Red Sea. In early 2024, Iran's Houthi allies began targeting ships in the Red Sea. Missiles fired, U.S. destroyers intercepted barely. The world held its breath. For the first time since 1988, a direct clash felt inevitable. The U.S. had a new weapon this time, directed energy, lasers. The Helios laser system was deployed aboard Navy ships in 2025. It cost $1 million a day to run, but it could vaporize drones instantly. No smoke, no missile trails, just pure silent destruction. The war was evolving again, from shadows into science fiction. Both sides are now in a silent standoff. Missiles versus lasers, hackers versus satellites. One wrong move could trigger a war far worse than 1988. Because this time, the battlefield spans oceans, servers, and skies. Even a drone could start the next Gulf War. 1988 was loud. Missiles, ships, explosions. 2025 is silent. Invisible drones, cyber weapons, AI defenses. The world has changed, but the rivalry hasn't. This war was never declared, but it never ended either. Both Iran and the U.S. are walking a tightrope, in full view of the world. One cyber attack, one drone misfire, one flashpoint could tip the balance. History won't repeat, but it will rhyme again. Because in this war, silence is the loudest sound. And that silence is still echoing from 1988 to now. The next explosion, it may already be in motion. This is the secret naval war. No one dares to admit is still happening. And the waters of the Gulf remain quietly on fire. Subscribe for more stories that history books skip. This was U.S. versus Iran, the secret naval war.